What's up, Racer X? This is Forrest Minchinton here with Ted Boyko. We're out here in the high desert of Southern California with my 2018 CRF450R. I went down to mid-cities and picked this bad boy up. I ride a lot of desert, do a lot of off-road, moto, just a little bit of everything, and I wanted to do a build that was a little bit different with this one and fit the type of riding that I like to do. So Ted builds a lot of awesome bikes, so I took it down to Boyko Racing and told him what I wanted to do and just let him take it from there.
I sure have been a lot of fun working with you, Forrest. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, and been a lot of fun doing it. I'm gonna have to thank quite a few people for helping out on this project. First off, Casey, who works for me, helped build the motor. We started from taking it down to the bare frame, and we wanted to build a motor with a little bit more bottom and mid to give the thing a little bit more rider-friendly power, so it's a little easier for him to ride, and he can use this at Grand Prix and other types of racing. So what we have done is we pulled the motor down to the cylinder, to the rod, and we put a JE piston in it with a little bit higher compression piston. Also, we did a head mod, which is a Boyko Racing head mod, which helped quite a bit. We also use the Pro X valves. As far as the engine capability, we changed the mapping on the ECU and some other things to make the thing run a little bit better. But as far as the product that was handed to us from all the advertisers from Racer X, the main ones was Kristen White from W, who supplied us the hubs, the rims, spokes, all the stuff that we had asked for. Another one who helped out was Adrian here from Ride Engineering. Supplied us some really nice triple clamps. They're a little bit different than the stock ones, so they're quite a bit lighter. We wanted to go with black, not red. I'd like to thank Renthal for the handlebars and the sprockets, IMS for the gas tank. Polysport was kind enough to give us all the plastics, and that was really kind. They shipped these things straight from Portugal or wherever they were and got us to them right on time. Moto Cuts did all the graphics for us, did a fantastic job. His name's Todd Cram. Deus also was involved with this, which is a big clothing line. FMF, big part of this project. Don Emler himself, we talked about this project. He was behind me from the first day. I said, I'd like to do something a little different and provide the media with some dynographs and some other things that some of these other build-outs did not have. So Donnie was kind enough to let me set it up through his son, Little D. We went out to FMF, and we went out there and got some really good numbers working on the dyno and playing with our tool that we have from Honda to reflash the ECU. And I'd also like to thank George Luddig at FMF for helping us the whole entire day with the dynographs. There's a few other people I'd like to throw in there as well. As we have the Ims Pegs. I have Lyndon Smith, who really makes one of the most awesome seats I've ever seen. It's a Seat Concepts. It's a complete separate new seat, entirely different foam. The material he uses is bar none one of the best. It's really a nice grip feel to it. He puts these little ripples in here that's just, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best seats that we've ever used. Also has a little bit gap inside the seat here to give the air box a little bit more airflow. So any little bit of extra air we can get into this motor, and it makes it run a little bit better. ARC, another company, supplied me these great levers. Unifilter was another one, gave me a great foam filter. Also works great. And then I have Al Youngworth from Idaho was another one that was just so kind to get me the torque drive Rekluse Clutch. Is bar none the best clutch that we've ever used, and I've been selling the Rekluse clutches since the day I started my business, which was over 10 years ago. And I provided plenty of people with this clutch, and every person that's ever used one of these clutches that I've installed have all come back and said it was the best thing they ever installed in their bike, ever. I just want to say thanks to all those vendors who helped with this project, because I could not have done it without any of these people. And the last person I think I'm leaving out was Brock Glover, who was a longtime friend of mine who I built his bikes at DG and way back, did cylinder and heads there for him. He provided me these brand new Dunlop tires that everybody swears by. So I hope today that you get to test these and tell Brock that They're the best Dunlop ever. And Kyle, I'd like to thank Kyle from Racer X, Scott Wallenberg for putting this together, and most of all, Casey Driggers, who works with me, has been with me for the last 10 years, who helped me build this bike from start to finish. Kelly Inman for letting me paint the swing arm powder coat black. And Tim McGarry from TM Designs makes such neat chain guides and chain sliders. I've been using this product and chain wheels for years. You can look at everything that he does is just a really, really nice piece of product. So I hope that I didn't leave anybody out.
Well, I think the one person that you forgot to mention. And,
AHM. AHM.
Those guys, Brandon over there, I took this stuff down to them, and they've been doing my suspension for a few years now, and they do really good stuff. They have some Baja championships, and they've done both off-road stuff for me and motocross stuff, and we tried to find something that would kind of suit all my needs with this one. Yeah, I got to thank those guys for doing that in a quick turnaround. And
they were fantastic, because we needed to get it done in a hurry, and Casey pulled the forks and the shock off, and we got them out to them, and they got them back right away, and I got to hand it to them. They did a great job.
Cool, yeah, well, I think that about covers everybody, and I'm looking forward to going out and ripping some hill climbs right now.
Yeah,
thanks again, Teddy.
It was fun. It was really fun working with you, Forrest. I appreciate it, man. All right, thanks again.
Thanks, guys. We just wrapped up riding the Boyko Racing build out here in the desert, Southern California. We spent a couple hours just riding a variety of terrain. We did lots of hill climbs and some single track, some rocky terrain, a little bit of everything. Kind of just put it through everything we could find to see how it would go. And I was really surprised, especially on these huge hill climbs that we have out here, how hard the motor pulled. And I could make it up everything without a problem in third gear, and whereas before I struggled to make it to the top. So really noticed a big difference there. The other thing that really stood out to me was the Ims Foot Pegs. These are the core enduro peg. They have a wider base, and you could really feel that in the tight single track where you could sort of steer the bike with the pegs, and that was the big positive. I was kind of worried about the tank feeling like it would feel wide or sort of in the way, but I didn't even notice it. I didn't notice the weight or anything, so I'm really stoked on the new tank and the shape and design of it. IMS has done a really good job with the foot peg and the tank. And yeah, other than that, everything was good. You know, FMF sounds great, and the levers felt good. The Ride Engineering front brake caliper was something different for this build that I've never tried before, and it felt really good. It was, you know, wasn't too sensitive, and it had a nice feel at the lever, so I'm really happy with the whole package overall. I think the only thing that I felt was sort of not to my liking was the shift lever felt a little short, but I think I could maybe adjust that with some height of the lever or of the shifter, but yeah, overall great bike. Gotta thank everybody for pitching in. Obviously Boyko, Teddy, and Casey over there did a great job building everything. Everything worked solid, and all the other sponsors that contributed. Thanks everybody, and stoked to head to Mammoth in a couple weeks and race it for the first time.